Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Exos 10 light LED mobile pendant. This is the 131154. Lots of other Exos fixtures, including a really nice wall sconce that goes with this, so check it out if you can. Why don't we talk about the size of the fixture itself, and we're going to talk about the body of the fixture, and that's going to be one of the individual pieces on its own, and that's coming in at 10.3 inches tall. The diameter of all of the 10 pieces together is coming in at 34.9, and then the overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, is going to give you a very good range. It's going to start off at 15.5, and there's going to be two choices you're going to see, and choose your length. The first one is the standard, and that's going to go from that 15.5 all the way to 68. And the second one is 15.5 to 140, and that's called the long. So if you need yours to be longer than 140 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131154. Tell me what you're looking for. It could be all the way to a second story, like 220 inches or so. I can take your email, send it to Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where we get an answer. It adds a little bit of time and money, but we do custom lengths all the time. It's not a big deal. Some people will also want to look at this fixture and say, I need it to be a little smaller diameter-wise, or I want it to be larger diameter-wise with even more lights on it. And we do those kind of things too. So if you're looking for that kind of idea, just hit me up with an email. That's good to go. Okay. Let's get into a couple other details on this. So this is coming in at 34 pounds all in. You want to talk to your installer about that. On the finishes, where it says choose your finish, right? You've got a pull down menu up there. So that finish is going to be on some select parts of this. So when we look at the fixture itself, we have the bars that are holding the glass. We have the little piece above the glass holding the socket. And then way up on top, you have what's called the canopy. And the canopy is a round disc. It's 12.3 inches in diameter. It's about that thick. It's holding a transformer, and that's going to transform your line voltage down to low voltage that safely go down through those cables. That canopy is going to have a plate on the bottom, a flat plate called the face plate, which is facing down. That is going to be part of the choose your finish. So the can on it, the can part is the round part that touches the ceiling, is always going to be in black. And then those things that are called grippers, those are those little silver pieces that the cables go into, and they're also called strain relief. So during your putting it together and getting it to where you want it to go, and how leveling it all off, you're going to be able to push those cables into those grippers where they will lock into place. If you want to back them out, you take your thumbnail, you push in the gripper, it'll release it, and it allows you to slowly kind of pull them out again. You can't do it like all the time, but it's during your installation that you're going to be doing that. So there you go. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about a couple other quick things. The cables coming up are always going to be kind of a steel gray. The glass on this is going to give you two options. You see it in the pull-down menu. It says choose your glass. So option one is going to be that big tube of glass is going to be an opaque white opal glass, and I'll talk about more on opal glass later in the video. The second one is going to be a totally clear piece of glass with a frosted diffuser, which is just a frosted tube holding the socket and the bulb hiding inside, so you don't see that bulb. So there's two ways to look at this. It's pretty cool. So another quick little detail, this is not slope ceiling adaptable. You cannot use this on a slope ceiling. If you have a slope ceiling, you can email me or call me, and I can walk you through those kind of things. Now let's talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes and how much light you're going to get out of it. You are going to be using a G4 socket, which is a very small socket with little holes in it that accepts a G4 bulb, which is a very small bulb with two little prongs coming out. And you're not going to be using halogens in this, so no halogens. This is a LED fixture only. And you're going to be using 4-watt LEDs in each of these. And don't forget, you have 10 of these lights, so this is going to produce quite a bit of light. A 4-watt LED is the equivalent of about a 25-watt incandescent bulb, so just remember that. G4 4-watt LEDs are going to be the easiest one for you to find. And like I said a second ago, it's a dimmable fixture. You want to talk to your installer and tell them that it's a dimmable LED you're using. And when you're out there looking for these bulbs, make sure it says that on the box. Make sure also you get the color of the light bulb that you like, the light coming out of that bulb. And they're going to offer these bulbs to you in a couple different ways. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be a warm light. It is not a warm light. That's that cold, kind of bluish white, hospital waiting room, overcast day light. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom, and which I think a lot of people should do, is go for the 3000 Kelvin warm white, soft white, which gives you the glow, the nice warmth of an incandescent bulb we all grew up with. And that's the light coming down on my hands now. So these are 3000 Kelvin warm white, soft white LEDs. And it's very easy to find these bulbs. You can find them at home centers, Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, but it's really easy to find them on Amazon. So you could just do a quick search, or even just a Google search, and say you're looking for a G4 4-watt LED, see what pops up, and then you can kind of go over all the parameters I talked about a second ago. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.